Next bill on the agenda for today is House File 2292, Representative Pinto. And Representative Pinto, will move that House File 2292 be placed on the general register.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Thank you. And you have a DE2 amendment to the bill. And so Representative Pinto will move the DE2 amendment.
I so move, Madam Chair, and I'll just note that the DE2 consists entirely of that Article 9 from House File 238, which is the education article. There's just only a couple very small changes that are essentially just corrections. And so otherwise, it is the education article as it came out of our Children and Families Committee.
Wonderful, Representative Pinto. And being this is the bulk of the bill and the discussion right now, so why don't I have you just do the full walkthrough of the DE2, and then we'll go to discussion on it, and then we'll take a vote on that. So,
Thank you, Chair.
Pinto.
Thank you, Chair. And a reminder, I'm sure we'll remember the A1 amendment as well when the time comes.
Yes, we will, Representative Pinto.
All right, thank you. So, members, this bill is a much simpler one. This is the MDE side of childcare and early learning. I do want to emphasize that those two concepts really are the same concept, childcare and early learning. We could sort of think of the education side as early learning and the DHS side as childcare, but it's all the same thing, as I think Chair Joachim referenced in her comments earlier. The great bulk of the funding under this bill goes to early learning scholarships, prioritized for the youngest children, 0 to 3, and for vulnerable populations. There's a list that I'm going to look for and just to be able to find in just a second, but children of incarcerated parents, children experiencing homelessness, children of teen parents, et cetera, those in the most vulnerable situations. I want to note that this really connects very strictly to a voluntary pre-K proposal that will be contained in Chair Joachim's bill, and for which I'm really grateful. So that's sort of the 4-year-old focus will be coming up in that bill. This is 0 to 3. The largest of the other elements in this bill is some infrastructure to expand Head Start in our state, and we know what a difference Head Start can make. Increased funding to early child and family education and restoration of some support staff for that program that was cut a couple decades ago now. Those programs have been asking for that support staff at MDE. And then creating a statewide kindergarten readiness assessment. It's so important that we assess the work being done by our child care and early learning programs in preparing kids for kindergarten. And so this will expand that statewide to have a statewide KRA. The other elements are quite small, but I'll be happy to answer questions about them. And that is the bill, Madam Chair.
Great. Discussion to the DE2. Representative Kresha.
Actually, I'll wait till we get to the final bill.
Okay, we'll get the bill then in the shape we need. So I will actually have you move the A1 amendment, which is the grant review amendment. Representative Pinto.
And so moved, Madam Chair.
Any discussion to the A1 amendment to the DE2? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion prevails, and the DE2 amendment as amended is in front of us. So Representative Pinto already discussed that, and so we'll get the bill in the shape, and then we'll come back for member discussion on the full bill. So any further discussion to the DE2 as amended? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion prevails, and the DE2 amendment as amended has been adopted. So to the full bill, and we already had Representative Pinto walk through it, so we'll go straight to member discussion. Discussion on the bill. Representative Kresha.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And so, Representative Pinto, thank you. And again, thank you for replacing the word for word to the bill, as you did. And it would have been more fun if I had caught something, but I didn't. Yeah. But thank you very much for that. A couple of thoughts on this bill. So I love the early scholarship, and that's gone back and forth. And I think that you're on the right track. I think there's some really notable things here, and I appreciate you heading there. There are still some things in the bill that I'll actually bring some amendments to you offline, and I'll see if we can't get there, because I think there are some possibilities of reforming this bill and getting it to a more palatable position. But overall, this gives me less heartburn than what I've seen in the past. And thank you very much for where you're going with the early childhood scholarships. Still can't vote for the bill.
Okay.
All right. Seeing no further discussion, I'll go to Representative Pinto for final word on your bill.
Thank you, Chair. Well, I will take less heartburn for Representative Kresha as a ringing near endorsement. I guess he's still not going to vote for it, but members, I've appreciated the discussion on both bills, and I really would urge all of us to recognize what a difference these investments can make. I will state plainly, there is a lot more to be done. There will be families still in need of affordable, high-quality childcare and early learning even after the passage of this. But my goodness, we'll be making big strides towards that goal and towards that broader goal of giving kids the food, the shelter, and their families what they need for that great start. So grateful to you, Madam Chair and members.
Thank you. And with that, Representative Pinto renews his motion that House File 2292 as amended be placed on the general register. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say no. The motion prevails and House File 2292 as amended has been placed on the general register.